Namaste, peace and blessings, power people. I'm not going to hold you long, but I do feel inspired to give a very clear signal to anybody listening that is frustrated with your interactions with other people. Listen, relationships are important. They absolutely can affect your health and your well-being. And so it is important to choose who you choose to be close with and why, with wisdom. And the first relationship that needs to be intact is the relationship you have with yourself. It is hypocritical to be neglectful of your own heart, your own needs, your own desires, but expect other people to put it at the top of their list. And everything is energy. And so what we do and how we do it absolutely matters. It is unfair to other people to put them on the hook just to know that at some point you're going to need to let them off the hook, because that's not really what you meant to catch. I have been reckoning with myself about some of my choices throughout the years, especially in my love life. I've always had an incredible gift of seeing exactly who people are the first time I see them. That is something that if you've ever worked with me, ever been in process, you know, I always hear people say, how does she know that about me? My first dates, deep. Being in my presence puts people in process. My energy is triggering for the very areas where you're unresolved within yourself. And I know that about me. So to choose to dive deep with people who don't know how to swim, don't have the right equipment. You know, you got to have certain equipment to dive deep. And I know that my energy is bottom of the ocean energy. It's unfair. I need to correct my decisions that I've made in the past to dance in potential. Oh, but they have their own level of power. It's different from mine, but they got theirs, and it's this and it's that. And I'm not saying that you gotta be dismissive or rude or condescending. Whole people don't need to do that. I flex, but my flexes are sacred. They're very rooted in love. Because for me, where there is no clarity, there can be no execution. So some of you are frustrated with people, and your mere frustration with them is a projection. Because the reality is you're really frustrated with yourself because you already knew from the beginning that this was a vibrational mismatch. You knew when you signed the ink on a dotted line to hire that coach. You knew when you decided to keep going on that date after you got the red flag on the first date. You knew when they couldn't even take you on a date. Okay? That is not what you put on your vision board. I want you to heal the part of you that disregards yourself. That part. I want you to stop making it everybody else's responsibility to satisfy you. And I want you to put what you need to be satisfied at the top of your list. And for the rest of this year, I would love to get comments on this live stream that says, Tama, because of the words you said, I finally stopped settling. I stopped letting people occupy space that's not designed for them in my heart and in my life. And I finally grew my faith and belief that I am God's spoiled brat and I get what I want. And I finally don't feel like I need to apologize about that or shrink about that or have relationships with people out of obligation because I don't want to come off as arrogant. It's not arrogant to be knowledgeable, but it is foolish to know what you need and deny yourself. It is a form of self-betrayal. It's going to take more than somebody liking you, being interested in what you do and how you do it. That does not qualify people for your treasures, your magic, for collaborations. Get clear. Because your energy and the use of it is your responsibility. Be a good steward of your energy. Maybe you need to grab your pen and paper and write down how people should be able to access you. Maybe you need to stop feeling obligated to respond to text messages. When people, let me give you this clue. When the most a person can do is watch your social media and interact with you at a distance, but you know that you've been praying for people who have a high emotional IQ, a certain capacity to show up and remain present and interact and and this is for all types of relationships, right? Because some of your friendships are toxic and need to go. Some of you know that. You've been holding on to people trying to exercise loyalty, but what are you being loyal to? Right? I just want people to take the highest care of themselves. And that desire is so strong for me because that's the decision I have made for myself. And when I make those types of decisions, the trajectory of my life takes off. And when that rocket fires, there's some things that have to come off the rocket because if they don't, it's going to affect my flight. And I will not trade any of my power, any of my joy, any of my blessings for mismatched relationships. I have prioritized the matches. It's gotta make sense. And for highly powered and influential women, stop this project culture in your love life. Stop picking up projects thinking that he will cherish the mere fact that he has a woman like me and he'll elevate. No, what he'll do is lean into his parasitic nature and leech off of your energy, your body, and your self-esteem because he doesn't have enough for himself. And before you know it, you're carrying somebody that you love and care about, and you're trying to prove that your mere presence in the dynamic means something special for his life. That man is not your assignment. You better get back to your soul contract, okay? Get back to your soul contract and get clear about what your assignment is. And the part of you that had to struggle through life to get the accomplishments and the success that you have, you can go into what I'm calling my soft era. You can go into your soft era. You can relax into ease and flow. And in one of those areas, you can really start becoming masterful with that is in your love life. If it is struggle love, if it is hard, if them spending time with you, being consistent in communication, knowing how to have conflict, not expecting to not have it, this whole protect my peace, but you don't come with peace, right? So listen, jump ship. This is the one time that I'm going to tell you to go. Because some people don't deserve the respect of an explanation. That's real. Because they're not explaining themselves. They're not using their words. So you're not obligated to greet disrespect with respect. You can return to sender. You have better things to do. And I know sometimes you might get lonely, but until you become masterful, I do teach women how to properly place their lovers. I do that in my Power of Pleasure Masterclass. But until you can be clear that the F-boy is the F-boy, you know, the beloved is the beloved, the soulmate is the soulmate, right? You will waste time letting a parasite suck your attention and energy. Access denied. It's time for you to go up. Your rocket has already fired, and you need to allow some things to fall off so you don't lose any of the momentum. And to the people that's getting dropped, right? Because that's a real thing. That's a real thing. You know, I've been on both sides of it. Go deep within. And if you don't understand the behavior of someone else, most of the time that's the universe's way of saying it's time to understand more of yourself. You have been pushed back into your own energy. And sit with yourself and evaluate yourself. How did I show up in this dynamic? And was I ready for a dynamic like this? You know, people spend so much energy praying and manifesting things, but not getting ready for the things they're praying and asking for. Be ready so that when God answers your prayer, you don't misuse the blessing. You know what to do. You know who to be. Heal everything. I have people all over the world. Take a deep breath and say it with me. Heal everything. Put in the comment section. Hashtag, if you heard something in this live you needed to hear, put in the comment section. Hashtag heal everything. Tama, you woke something up in me in this conversation. And I will not self-betray. And that's what settling is. When you invest years and energy and time, all this stuff in relationships that you know. Now, some people can trick you real good, but most of the people that listen to me are intuitive and you know it. You knew. Most of you can put in the comment section the very moment, the date, the time, the year, when you knew, this is not what I want. This is not what I want. This is not really it. And if I continue to proceed, I'm going to be dissatisfied. I'm not going to be fulfilled. And you try to run your mama and grandmama and auntie's templates. Oh, well, everybody got something. Yes, everybody has something. But I don't have to have that in my life. When I know that my inner child and my womb and my body and my heart needs the complete opposite of that, I don't have to re-traumatize myself by choosing people just like the very people that's always neglected me, abandoned me, and da-da-da. Because the reality is a lot of that happens. So now you get to choose differently. This is my nudge, my reminder to you that greater is available, but something in you must change to access it. I love you.